Hi guys, welcome back to the Ricky2ra podcast, episode 5. I can't believe we're doing 5 episodes. I remember about 4 or 5 weeks ago that I was dreading to do my first episode, and now we're here on episode 5. Now, as you've gathered by the title, this is about the Bradford Magic Circle. Now, this has a big impact in my magic personally for me. So I'm looking forward to talking to you about this. But for now, everybody watching on YouTube, thank you for watching me. Subscribe if you want to. I'm trying to put out more content on my YouTube channel as well. Everybody that's listening on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, thank you for listening to me as well. So let's get straight into it, because this is the topic that I really want to talk about. So the Bradford Magic Circle, what is it? So the Bradford Magic Circle is an exclusive club, an exclusive magic club for magicians. Now, it's not as though you can join and you're accepted. Think about it as in like the X Factor, where you've got to audition and you get judged, and if you're good enough, you get through. And that's basically what it is. So you go into the Bradford Magic Circle. So that's how I joined. I went in and I did an audition in front of 3 people that were members there, and I had to leave the room, and they talked to each other one-on-one, and I got invited back into the room and I got through. That's how I joined. But how did I initially find the Bradford Magic Circle? Well, I've always wanted to join a magic club, and the most recognised magic club is the Magic Circle in London. Now, I'm here in Leeds, so for me to go all the way to London and join is a bit hard, as you can imagine. It's even harder now with this whole virus thing, so that's out of the window. But I had to find my local magic club. So it was either Leeds and Bradford. And I know what you're thinking, Ricky, you live in Leeds, so why don't you go to the Leeds one? Well, I could have done, but I picked the Bradford one because I just liked it more. I did my research. There's nothing wrong with Leeds Magic Circle. You know, I know a few people from there. There's nothing wrong. It was just a personal preference of mine, and I chose Bradford. Okay? And I'm going to tell you why I believe I made the right choice later on. So I wrote a letter initially. I found them online. I did my research. I picked Bradford Magic Circle and I wrote a letter. And I joined in 2015, but actually a year before that I wrote a letter to the Magic Circle, the Bradford one, and I told them how much I wanted to join, this and that. I mailed it, and I never got a response back, like ever. And I was thinking, oh my god, they've probably declined me straight away. Like, I was like, oh my god, I'm not good enough. And so 2014, this was when I was about 3 years into magic. I wasn't really showing many people. And so yeah, I was thinking, oh my god, they've declined me straight away. I didn't even have to audition. They probably just looked at my writing and was like, no. So yeah, a year later, I thought I'd try it again. I thought, you know what, I'm not going to take no for an answer. So I wrote another letter and I sent it, and I wrote my email address, everything on it. I got an email back about the next day or so, I think, and saying that, oh, we'd love you to invite you in. You can do an audition. Could you get here for this time and that time? So I was thinking, wow, why didn't I ever get a response for that first letter? And thinking about it now, I think I must have, like, I must have delivered it to a wrong address or something, because I looked at the address name from that letter the first one and the one that I did a year later, and the addresses had changed. So I don't know if it was something on their website, on their side, on their behalf, or that they messed up, or somebody left. I don't know. I never really asked about it again. So that's probably my explanation for it. But anyway, fast forward. I'm in the car. My dad drops me off. Obviously, I'm nervous. I'm auditioning for other magicians. This is something that I've never done before. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, hold up, so I'm doing magic for magicians and they're going to judge me that I can be in a magic club. I couldn't really wrap my mind around it because I'd always done magic to friends and family, and they're not magicians, so they can kind of be amazed. So I'm thinking, how is this going to work? Because I was still quite new to it. I had no idea. So I poured my heart out in my audition, and it actually went really well, and they actually reacted really well to it as well. So it was kind of a big bonus for me. I didn't really feel that nervous during the performance because I kind of knew that they knew, if you know what I mean. It's kind of like I was doing a cover to their song. Do you understand what I'm saying? So yeah, that's in like magic terms, like I was doing probably some sort of magic trick that they've probably done, but I've put my own twist on it, my own style. So everybody liked it. They were like, can you step out of the room? So I was like, cool. So I'm outside the door closes. It's literally about 2 minutes. I get invited back into the room and they're like, yeah, like, you're good, we really want you here. And that's how I joined Bradford Magic Circle. And that's where I started gaining confidence and started to get good criticism from other magicians, because we could always show each other. Do you know, like how if you're in the music industry you can like show your music to other artists and they're like, oh, that's cool, can I feature on this, or can I just give you a piece of advice? So that's like in the magic world of that, in that magic club that I got accepted in. So it's kind of like I show a trick and they're like, oh, that's really cool, can I give you a piece of advice for this, or maybe say it in this kind of way. So that's how it works in that other world that we live in. So that's the first time I'd ever tasted anything like that, which has helped me tremendously throughout the years, even to this day. And I really miss the Magic Circle, the Bradford Magic Circle at the moment, because the last time I went was in March and we're in May now, so I've missed 2 months worth of Magic Circle just activities and experience, because you get to make friends with everybody there, and it takes me out of the shop as well. You know, from my shop, I'm in there all the time as well. So yeah. So the Bradford Magic Circle, it only happens once a month. So we go there at the start of every Friday of the month. So I've been there so far January, February, March. Obviously April and May is all cancelled. We'll have to see what the future holds. So that's how it works for the Bradford Magic Circle. There's awesome lectures, and I mean like awesome lectures. Like, just imagine like you're an artist, a music artist, and you get to hang out with your music friends, and all of a sudden, like, I don't know, Craig David comes and performs, like, just, I want you to just see like my album and stuff, is this going all okay? And he just performs and you're like, oh my god, it's Craig David. So imagine that, but in a magic world. You're sat there for a lecture and like a well-known magician like just comes up on stage and does his whole lecture. You're just blown away. And you guys probably won't know what I'm talking about, but in the magic world there's other magicians than David Blaine, Dynamo, etc. Like Sean Farquhar came, Eric Jones came as well, Marcus Eddy came to Bradford Magic Circle, and these are people in the magic industry that you'd never ever see again, because they come from abroad, from places like America, Canada, etc., and they're all, in all places, they come to Bradford Magic Circle to lecture and talk about magic, which has been absolutely amazing for me, because I can ask questions at the end of the lecture to them that can really help me as a performer. So that's another added bonus to the Bradford Magic Circle, or any magic circle around the world as well. But what's it like in a magic circle club? It's actually really friendly. Like I said, from my audition, everybody was really cool. They were amazed. Once I got in there talking to people, making friends over time, everybody's just wants to know each other. You want to show each other different tricks, effects. You want to listen. It's basically just a big social club, really, for magicians, and it's something that if it was on for every single week of the month, I'd be there. And I'm going to mention a few friends that I've made over time there. I'm going to mention Subs the Cheat, that's his magician name. Harris, man, you're a sick guy, that's his name. I hope you don't mind me saying. Samraz, Sam, you're sick, man. I've met other people there, Toby, Steve Gore, just so many magicians, man, there, and that I've made friends, like I'd like to say friends for life, there as well. I know me and Sam have got a good like relationship going on, magic relationship and friend relationship, just in general. We went to Blackpool together. If you haven't seen that vlog, that's in my YouTube channel, so you can check that out. It's the first time that I'd been with Sam there, so that was kind of cool, a good experience as well. And yeah, but experience wise, it's really built up my confidence in that scene as well, because when you're showing things to a magician, you know that their brain works similar to yours, so they can kind of suss out, or they kind of know what's going on. But the good criticism that they give you really does help. So when you're performing at a gig, or you're for a friend, family member, it really does all come into one big circle of you performing, and that's personally really helped me as well. So you can join, anybody can join a magic club, because you do learn there as well. When I joined, I was 17 years old, and my magic experience wasn't up there as it is now. I'm not saying it's big now, but it was a lot more than back then, and I was still learning and progressing as a magician as I am now. So anybody at any level can really join a magic club. You can be a beginner, intermediate, expert, that's what I'm trying to say, or you can just be interested in magic in general. As long as you're interested and you can perform some sort of basic level or understanding of things, and you nail your audition, you're fine. Like, you're good to go. Because you've got to remember, this is like a sacred thing. It's not for everybody, if you know what I mean. So yeah, that's how you join. Just, if you want to join the Bradford Magic Circle, just type in Bradford Magic Circle, or if you're in Leeds Magic Circle, or wherever you are. I don't know about different countries, because in the UK, that's just what I typed in, UK Magic Circles, and it just all popped up a list around the UK. I'm sure there's some in other countries. I haven't really looked into that. But yeah, that's some sort of insight into the Magic Circle as well. And you get to really know other magicians, and you get more interested in the history of magic, and there's lectures that talk about things like that, and you obviously, like I said, you get to make friends, and you get to go to loads of magic conventions as well, because a magic convention isn't really somebody like you take from your family and be like, oh, I'm gonna go here, unless like you're a certain age. Like if you're a bit younger, obviously take your parents with you, but like you can go with your other magic friends because they've got the same interest as you, and you can go to all these conventions throughout the year, which are all cancelled except Blackpool from February. I'm glad that I went there. So yeah, it's really just, you make good friends, good contacts, and it overall improves your performance as well. So I'm so glad that I joined, and if I could do it again, I wish I could have joined earlier, because I had no idea that there was stuff like that around at the time. Because I joined Magic back in 2013, which I've mentioned previously. If I had known then, I would have joined then, but I did find out eventually. So it all worked out in the end. So that was just a quick podcast for today, something that I really wanted to talk about. We'll go into some more things about Magic as well. I kind of want to switch it up a little as well, so thank you for listening to that whole Bradford Magic Circle story that I had going on. I want to talk about other things as well, maybe in future episodes. I'm not going to say it's going to happen straight away. I'd like to invite some people on and just talk about different things as well. Talk about, maybe get some magicians on, get some other people on. I really want to expand this as well. I know it's called the Ricky2ra podcast, but I like to share things with you, and if I can bring people on that can share other things with you guys as well, it'd make it a lot more interesting as well. So on that note, I'd like to shout everybody out that's been watching on YouTube and listening on Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts. I put a poll out on Instagram probably about 3-4 days ago now. Just I wanted to get an initial reaction of what people listen to podcasts on, and the highest vote I got was from Spotify, and then I think it was YouTube, and then it was Apple Podcasts, and then it was other as well. So yeah, I'm going to try and promote it as much as possible on Spotify, Apple Podcasts and YouTube. If you've got Anchor, listen to it on Anchor, but Spotify, Apple Podcasts and YouTube's the main thing that I'm trying to promote on now, and get it kind of out there. I know it's never going to take off straight away, but I'm just going to kind of build it up one step at a time, kind of what I'm doing with my YouTube at the moment. There's no rush for anything. I like talking about stuff like this as well, in my Magic experience as well. So if you guys have anything that you want to hear from me, you want me to talk about, maybe something that you're quite interested in myself or in the magic that I do, feel free to leave a comment. I think you can leave a comment or some sort of review on Apple Podcasts. So if you are listening on Apple Podcasts, please leave a review if you like. If you're on YouTube, comment if you want to hear anything from me. I'm not expecting loads and loads of engagement yet, but it's always a start, and I've shouted out people in the past as well that I've been listening. Also shout outs to, I think 5 people listened to my podcast or some part of my podcast when I promoted it for the first time on my Instagram page. So yeah, whoever you guys are, shout outs to you if you're listening again. And we are getting some plays here and there as well. So yeah, guys, I'm going to leave it here for today. But thank you again, everybody listening on the podcast form, everybody watching and listening on YouTube. Thank you very much. I'll see you in episode 6. Okay, wow, we're going to 6 now. Right, guys, I'll see you later.